What's up, comic book fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we have another cool and fantastic comic book review today. We visit our beautiful Vampiress again in another episode of the strange and the macabre. Vampirella. And we're looking at issue number 56 from 1976. A fantastic, beautiful book from our good friends at Anthony's Comics, Carbo and Anthony's. Located in New Jersey, and we like to always give those guys a shout out, and we would like to welcome you guys to the museum on another beautiful day. We're just hanging out in our museum, and we wanted to do another comic book review, and we're looking at Vampirella. And she's obviously in peril here. Just a beautiful book. Very good condition. We're getting more of these books, comic magazines, horror magazines now. Like I said, I grew up on these magazines as a kid, and I am absolutely hooked on these comic horror magazines, and we're adding a ton of these beautiful additions, these beautiful books to our museum collection, and we wanted to show another one off today. It appears that Vampirella has met her match against what it looks like vampires. Nosferatu vampires. They kind of appear like that. And the artwork is just absolutely gorgeous. All of these beautiful Vampirella horror comics had fantastic cover art, and the art inside was just as equal, just as fantastic. We're gonna crack this open, guys, and immediately you're met by a beautiful color, full layout poster of Vampirella. And that's what made these comic books so wonderful. I mean, the artwork, the storytelling, everything. And you had just fantastic artists just really teaming up and giving their time, donating their time to these beautiful comic magazines, these horror comic magazines. And here's get you a blown out look. That's just absolutely fantastic. Here's the cover, our front cover. And these comic books had several, maybe 5, 6, 7 stories, all told in its entirety. And let's see. Our story is on page 5. Let's flip over to page 5 and see if we can. Here we go. Once again, the artwork on these beautiful comic magazines was just second to none. You see our Headless Horseman here. Guys, if you're just joining us, welcome to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. We're reviewing a beautiful issue number 56, Vampirella, horror comic magazine. And that's what we're all about here, guys. Bringing you a fresh perspective of old comic books. And here we like to read the comic books, guys. We like to, this is a sense of enjoyment for me, relaxation. I have some time to myself, a cup of coffee, and a beautiful horror comic magazine. See, Vampirella's in trouble here. Just fantastic artwork, storytelling. The attention to detail with this artwork is what really captivated me as a kid growing up in the 1970s with this, and these comic books really spoiled me because I wanted all the comic books to be this well written, this well drawn. I wanted the artwork on the front cover to be that precise. And as we know, that's just not the case, you know. But Vampirella is a very reluctant superhero. She's in a situation where she didn't make the situation. She was kind of forced into kind of helping and preserving life when, you know, her very essence is to prey on life because she's a vampire. Get you blown out shot here. She's got all these ghouls and demons after her. Just fantastic artwork, design. And we'll check out some, I like to look at the ads and everything about these older books. You know, this book is from 1976. It smells like it's from 1976. But you want to, you know, this is a time capsule, if you will. Subscribe today. And if you're just visiting our channel, please like and subscribe, guys. We would love to have you as a subscriber, a member of the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum family. Here's our next story here. Mute. And you at any point pause your video if you want to catch up on some of this reading here. That's another cool thing I love about all of my comic book family members on YouTube. I go and visit their channels, and I'll pause the video just to read the comic book. And it's so much fun. It's just a blast. Especially when you're talking about these beautiful time capsules that you have here with these older comic books. Especially these big comic magazines. Just beautifully done. Beautifully done. And each story is very compelling in its own right. These stories in comics, hold on, I'm sorry, I almost lost it there. These stories in comics, storylines, were for the older demographic. Here, we'll lay this down so I can get you a better look at it here. And that old comic book smell that you got, when you cracked open a comic book, that smell of the comic, all of that is just it's so exciting. Just fantastic. Guys, what do you think of our issue 56 of Vampirella? Are you looking for these comic books? These comic books aren't hard to come by. We want ours in a certain condition. We want ours in either very good or very, very fine condition. Primarily because we are a museum. So we really want ours to be in good shape. But you can get these. We get ours off of eBay, like I said, from Anthony's Comics, aka Carbos and Anthony's. And then we have just a great relationship with those guys. And very enjoyable. We have more comic books on the way. Like I said, we're just getting into comic books. We've been doing comic book reviews and collecting comic books for the last few months, and we wanted to see how it would go with our subscribers and our viewership, and then we've got an enormous positive response, and for more comic books to be shown on our channel here at our museum, and we're excited about that. And we have a great support system with the comic book community, with our comic book brothers and sisters out there that have been really supportive of us during this particular transitional phase that we're trying to go through here at the museum. It's not as easy as people make it seem to just say, oh, I want to start collecting comic books. There is a science to it, that the average just enthusiasts don't realize there's a lot that goes into this. The grading procedures, the what are you looking for as far as the titles, and it's a lot. It's a lot involved, and it's fun. It's all fun. Here we're seeing some old monsters from yesteryear. And these were gigantic panels here with beautiful artwork. Easy, fun reading. These books weren't done in color, and that, like I said, that was fine with me. That was just fine because the artwork was so fantastic. It probably would have messed the whole, just the whole energy of it, of these books being like this, if it was in color. Just a fantastic vibe to see these books in black and white. But that's just me. I'm an old throwback. I'm a retro type guy. We're another story. Like I said, just loaded with tales of horror and suspense. And this would keep me literally just in suspense all day. And especially if I couldn't finish a book when I was younger. If I couldn't finish a story, I'm at school or something, I couldn't wait to get home. Forget the homework. I wanted to get home and finish one of my stories from one of my horror comic magazines. Or I would sneak the book to school, and while the teacher was talking, I had my textbook with the comic book right there inside. Anyway, I could reconnect and stay connected, I say, with my comic books. I tried to do it, and that's why I am so happy and thrilled to be really back in the comic book game and collecting again. It's just so much fun. I didn't realize how much fun I was missing out on until I started watching all of my brothers and sisters in the comic book community do their videos, and just seeing how much fun, and listening to those guys, just how excited they were. I just wanted to give you some insight there. Guys, we want to thank you for hanging out with us today. Checking out our issue number 56 of Vampirella. Such a fantastic, fantastic comic book. Horror comic magazine, if you will. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.